Hi everyone, and welcome back to a blast of Ballroom. These videos are a follow-up to our online Ballroom Basics dance class, and it's meant to be a great resource that you can refer to for any basic elements and techniques that you can practice on your own that will help to reinforce your dance technique and make you a better partner. So we are going to move on to what we did in class number 2, where we basically talked about movement, walking steps and side steps. So basically, when we walk, we are transferring our weight from foot to foot, whether it's forward or whether it's backward. What's really important to remember is if you take some of the basic exercises we worked on in segment 1, where we were strengthening ankles and legs, and understanding the part of the feet we are moving through, this will help to make your dancing a little bit smoother and lighter and give it a life of its own. So to practice walking, I know it sounds silly, but when we're working on dances that have rise and fall, like the waltz and the foxtrot and the quick step, it's really important to remember that exercise and remember the part of the foot that we're moving from and to. So when I'm moving onto my left foot, for example, I know that I'm powering from the right foot. So I am lifting that heel, which is going to help propel me forward as I move through the ball of the supporting foot, and I'm moving from the heel and then rolling onto the ball and moving again onto the next foot. So I'm always kind of projecting. Same thing going back. I'm projecting back and I'm always rolling from the ball to the heel. Okay? Now when we talk about rise and fall, we have to take into account that we do have to push up onto the rise. So if we're using waltz, for example, we would move on to that heel and ball for 1, and at the end of 1, we push up towards 2 and 3. Okay, so remember 2 is completely up on the ball of the foot, and we don't come down until we step on 3 and compress. So very important when we're practicing our forward walks. So we'll do that from this angle. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, really important to practice the rise and the fall in that walk, and passing our feet. You must pass your feet when you're doing a walking step. Okay, if you're doing this in foxtrot, we have slow, quick, quick. Okay, I'll do that again. Slow, quick, quick. Now I'll just turn around here because eventually you're going to have your right foot free. The same thing would apply. Slow, quick, quick. Okay, so we really want to be able to see that ebb and flow of the rise and fall. This would apply also to quick step, depending again on the variation and the pattern you're working on. But if you just have a basic slow, quick, quick rhythm in a streamlined fashion, then the same thing would apply. Now, when we're moving backward in these swing dances, the ones that rise and fall, when we're moving forward, we have ankle as well as leg rise. Yeah? So we've got leg rise and foot rise. Now, when we're stepping back, we have no foot rise. It's only through the legs, okay? So when we're moving back, 1, 2, 3, okay? If we tried to push up there, so if we go 1, 2, you see what happens? Really, we need to push up from the ball, and then it's just kind of pushing us over our center of balance. And not only that, it will most likely pull the partner that's going forward over. So we don't use foot rise on the back walks. We just use leg rise. And this is the same whether you're practicing with the left foot going first or the right foot going first. Okay, and a great exercise to practice is forward into back. Show you what I mean. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's almost like it gets you into this really lovely cycle of rising and falling, rising and falling. And I would even put on some music and just do that back and forth, back and forth. I always recommend in the early stages of practicing, do it without music. Get really comfortable with your balance, strengthen your ankles, and then maybe experiment. Put on a slow waltz, and then maybe work your way up to a foxtrot and things like that for practice. So forward and backward walks, very important. And then of course there's the side walks, which really create a lot of the shapes of our basic ballroom dances. So you've got side and close, right? So you've got side and close, side and close. And you'll notice when I move to the side, I'm not putting my foot out and then pulling up. I'm always projecting from the supporting foot. So I am pushing onto that next foot. I am pushing onto the next foot. So I'm just showing you here, push, and once I land, I'm coming down. Okay, so I am pushing onto the next foot. Okay, and that's what creates the basic. Those two elements create our basic core shape or pattern in ballroom, which is the quintessential box step. Okay, and of course, the box step consists of a forward walk, a side walk or a chasse step, a back walk, and another chasse step. And changing the weight is very important. Every single time you move, you will switch your weight. Every single time you move, you switch your weight. Okay? This box applies for all the swing dances. When we talk about tango, there's a slight variation. So let's go back and talk about our walk steps, our walking steps in tango. So there is no rise and fall in tango, so we don't really have to worry about legs or ankles in that respect, but we do have to maintain a consistent compression through our legs. So with tango, we've got that attack, even when we step back, attack and retract, attack and retract. So the retracting, whoever's going backward, is always making the space available to their partner that's going forward that you are ready to go. A really common boo-boo I see that happens in the early days of beginner dancers is that people tend to step back and they want to stretch that toe because for some strange reason it makes them feel like they're dancing. But the reality is this, is that whoever's moving backward, the longer that toe hangs out there, and by you stretching it, it's the higher the risk of you getting stepped on. It's also really impeding your partner's ability to continue with that inertia to move forward. So, most especially as a lady, because we spend more time moving backward, but the gentleman will move backward as well. It's really important that as soon as you're given the indicator to move on to the next foot, that you just retract that other foot out of the way. And then it's ready to go and you can feel where you need to go next. You do want to be careful that it doesn't start to create a hop effect, because sometimes I see people doing this, right? And that's not what we're talking about. Everything about tango is very stealth-like and smooth and sharp. Okay? It's very sleek. Sleek. So consistency in compression. Walk, retract. Walk, retract. That's why they compare tango a lot to a cat-like movement. Okay, so those are my recommendations for practicing your tango walks. Now, with the side steps in tango, we use something called a hesitation a lot, because in a regular chassé step, we would step and close and change our weight. In tango, we usually use a lot of hesitations, which is to move to the side and hesitate, to move to the side and hesitate. Again, I'm practicing compression through the legs and knees consistently. So what I'm doing, instead of pushing up, is I'm moving through the center, the inside edge of my foot, my supporting foot, and I'm pushing my weight over and then just hesitating in. Over, in. Slow, wah, slow, wah, slow, wah, slow. Okay, so it can take on a gliding effect, but you have to be careful because tango is supposed to be dramatic and punchy. So we want to make sure that you really are stepping and collecting, stepping and collecting, stepping and collecting. So the collection here is just a hesitation. Let's talk about our box step in tango. It will consist of a forward walk, a side walk with a hesitation. Okay? Now that half of the box is known as a tango close. So we step forward, side, and hesitate. That is a forward tango close. There is also a back tango close, usually done by the lady. She will take a back step, a side step, and a hesitation. So again, we have a back step, side step, and hesitation. There is no weight change. If we're doing a full box step, we do incorporate the weight change, but keep that staccato, sharp stylization. The tango box would look like this. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. So it's very direct. There is no time to really brush and hesitate. You're getting to the point. You're moving your weight onto the foot. So for tango, I would practice forward tango closes. And so to do a few in a row, I would go forward and close, forward and close. And of course the timing would be quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Notice that the foot I used to hesitate on was the same foot that went forward. If I'm practicing my back tango closes continuously, it would be quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. And I'm just moving a little bit on an angle because I've got limited space. So I hope you found this second segment useful in order to help you practice your basic elements. Get strong in these basics, because as you learn more advanced techniques and more funner patterns, it will just really open up a whole new sense of joy, I like to say, in your dancing. You'll just see how lovely it's going to feel and take off. So for the second segment, I recommend practice your walking steps forward, your walking steps back, and your side steps. These will form your box shapes, which are also an important element in all of your ballroom dances. If you have any questions, you know you can just pop us an email. We're at info@comedancing.ca. And if you're a regular student, you know how to get a hold of us. That is all for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next segment. Happy dancing, everyone, and take care.